Oh my goodness, I feel like my face looks so greasy. Hey guys, it's your big sis Mo here. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see from today's title, we are talking about big chops. A lot of you guys do not know that I got a big chop back in 2017. I don't know, do you guys know who Yandy Smith is? Hold on, before we even start, are you subscribed? Are you subscribed to this channel? What are you doing here? No, just kidding. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe and turn on your notifications so you know when a new video is going up, which is always once a week. It's either gonna be Saturday or Wednesday. This video is going up on Wednesday. Okay, so just a little backstory. I don't know if you guys knew or know who Yandy Smith is. I feel like everybody knows who Yandy is. She's on Love and Hip Hop. But when she started to wear her natural hair, I remember I loved the way her hair looked, like the shape of it. And I was like, oh my God, I love her shape. I feel like the plants make my hair look weird. I was like, oh my goodness, I love the shape of her hair. And I was like, I really want that shape. So I was going to a salon at the time that I trusted, and this woman had been like the woman who cut my hair before, but I had never chopped so much hair off. So when I showed her Yandy, she was like, okay, here's how much hair we're going to need to cut off, because the shape that I wanted was basically the heart shape. She was like, in order to get that heart shape, you're gonna have to take a lot of hair off. And I was like, I don't even give a shit. Let's take it off. Go ahead and cut it up. So she does the haircut, and she does it flawlessly, by the way, because to this day, whenever I cut my ends, I cut around those previous layers that she cut back in 2017, which was 7 years ago. So she did a great job. The issue, here's why I did not like the cut. My hair, like the way that my hair curls, the top is very, I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, you guys see it. The top is very wavy. And then you get into the bottom is very like thick and curly. So when you have this heart-shaped cut and it's shorter, the top was still wavy, which looked nuts when it would dry, and then the bottom was still curly. Those two textures were colliding so badly, it looked insane. When it was dry, I was like, I'm not okay with this haircut. It did not look good. I didn't like it. And you know, was it 2017? Like, I was not as confident in myself. So I was like, I gotta grow this out. I gotta grow this out. So today's topic is, and if you follow me on Instagram, I've done now a part 2 on how I grew out my big chop, but I didn't feel like I could go as in depth as I wanted to in my Instagram video because the caption can only be so long. So I thought, why not just make a video? So today is how I grew up my big chop. And mind you, this worked for me. Please do not hop in my goddamn comments talking about this won't work, blah, blah. This worked for me. And before my genetics warriors hop in my comments, if genetics is supposed to be what saved my hair and made my hair grow back out, please tell me why my hair looked like this at one point. Go ahead, tell me. Because according to y'all, we don't need a good hair routine. We don't need to eat well. We don't need to do any of the things. Genetics is just supposed to be the end all be all. And if that is the case, then my hair should have been the length it is right now my whole entire life, and it has not been. It hasn't. And my hair also takes time to grow. So now that we zipped our lips, now let's hop into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I did that I felt had a big significance on my hair growing back out, which, mind you, I got this cut in 2017. For those of you wondering how long did it take for me to grow out that big chop, that haircut, it took 2 years before my hair was back to this length, which this is my hair dry. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see how long my hair actually is. My hair is down to my butt now, certain areas of the hair. It took 2 years. Hair typically only grows ½ an inch a month. Every 4 weeks, I think it says. So a month. Took 2 years. And also something to note is that my hair was healthy when I got that haircut. There is a big difference in growing out healthy hair and growing out damaged hair that's very fragile, may have split ends, might have been chemically treated, you know, perms, dye. There's a huge difference in growing that out because, as you guys know, I went natural in 2013 and I was growing out my damaged hair. I was cutting off like ½ an inch every like month, growing out straight pieces, compared to growing out healthy hair that just had a big chop. big difference, trust me. So I just want to make sure that we're clear on that. Number one, I deep conditioned every weekend when I wash my hair, but on top of deep conditioning, I also used a hair steamer. Some of you may not have a hair steamer. I 1000% say invest in one, and my hair steamer was one of the standing ones with the hood. I don't like the one that's like, you can put it on like a table. It's like the short one. I like the one that's like, you can actually adjust up and down. It's like the hood. So hair steamers allow the cuticle, the hair cuticle to open. So it allows it allows your hair to get the moisture in more, but also allows absorption of whatever product you're putting on top of your hair, which is the deep conditioner. So I was deep conditioning once every week. I was using a hair steamer as well. If you don't have a hair steamer, do not worry. They're not expensive. I think mine was like $150. Don't ask me what the brand was. I don't have it now, unfortunately. But I did buy it on, I think eBay at the time. I bought it on eBay. And you can also find them on Amazon. But I hair steamed, and I would hair steam for about 30 minutes. Just a quick 30-minute hair steam with the deep conditioner in. And then on top of that, which is kind of like a part two to what I was doing, when I would deep condition, not only was I using a deep conditioner, I was also using Jamaican black castor oil. If anybody knows Jamaican black castor oil, it is thick. It is super thick. I use because I think there's like a light one you can use. I use the dark one, and I would also use that with the deep conditioner that I was using and steam it for 30 minutes. I don't use Jamaican black castor oil now because it's just so heavy. It's extremely thick, and I can't leave it in my hair. Like that's just, that oil is so thick, you just can't leave it on. But I was using that when I was deep conditioning. So it's kind of like a double piece, because this is like our wash day, what I was doing on my wash day. And also I had a very solid hair care routine. I don't know if anybody remembers, oh man, this brand collaborated with me on my first giveaway. It was called, now I gotta look it up. Now I have got to look it up because this brand was so significant. Jane Carter Solution Curls to Go. Do you guys remember this? Oh my god. Listen, this was the crown jewel of hair products. I don't know, we need to do a deep dive. I don't know what happened to Jane Carter Solutions Curls to Go specifically, but this was the best product line I had ever dealt with. And not only was that just the best product, I remember on one of my giveaways, she literally collaborated with me and gave the products away for me. Forever grateful, forever love Jane Carter's Curls to Go, Curl Solution. But I had a very solid hair care routine. I would wash my hair once a week. I also did the LCO method, which I still do to this day, which we're in 2024, which is using my liquid, which is my water, my cream, leave-in conditioner, plus like my mousse, which I use now, or like a curling cream for hold. And then I'll put in my oil. Now the oils that I was using at the time, which is different from the oils that I use now, but the oils that I was using at the time, I was using olive oil, grapeseed oil, and I was also using jojoba oil and vitamin E. Yes, vitamin E. So I was using those 4 oils to seal in the products and the moisture that I was trying to retain. So I had a very solid hair care routine as well. So that's number 2. Number 3 of what I was doing, and this is not even a joke, I was so embarrassed by that haircut because my hair just looked so crazy to me. Now that I look at this picture, I'm like, it really wasn't like that bad. Like I would honestly do this cut again, but just a little bit longer. I'd probably cut it up to here. The thing about it is that me and the stylist, we did not take into account how much my hair would shrink up. My hair was up to like my fucking ears, and I was like, that was too short for me. I would like it to be up to here where it's like, maybe shrink to like right here. I'd be okay with that. So I didn't wear my hair down for about 3 to 6 months. So I protective styled a lot. I was wearing my hair in twists, no twist outs, loose buns. I was wearing my hair in braids for braid outs. I was doing Bantu knots. I was doing all the styles. Now that I think about it, I did a lot of protective styling because I was like, I'm not wearing this out. Nobody's gonna see this. At the time, I was dating somebody, he barely even saw like how long or short my hair was at the time, because I was like, I just didn't like it. So I protective styled a lot, which a lot of you guys know I still suggest and still do protective styling even now. You can find my mini twist video on my YouTube, which I did like 2 months ago, I think. That took 6.5 hours. Number 4 of what I did, this is very quick because there's no like magical thing that I did. Very simple tips of what I had did to grow out this this big chop. Number 4 was it's just on the tip of my tongue. I did not use heat. I did not use any heat. And when I say that, I don't even know if I was diffusing at that point. I used to diffuse only because at this point I was living in upstate New York, and it was cold outside. And I was like, I'm not gonna walk outside with wet hair. So I was diffusing in the winter time. I didn't use flat irons, no like a curler, no nothing, because my biggest fear was having that hair length and I already didn't like it, and then also causing damage. So now I have to grow out, try to put my hair back into a good healthy state, because I just created this fragile split end damaged environment, and now my hair's at a length I already didn't like, and now I have to try to grow it out and grow it out and grow it out. So I did not use heat. If I had to take a guess of how long I didn't use heat at that point, I probably didn't use heat until maybe 2018, 2019. I didn't use heat for a while, but truly, the most I've used heat since I've been natural is recently. 2023 and this year is the most I've used heat. And it's only because my hair is very, very healthy, and I don't go above like 390 if I am using heat. We don't go so super high. It's my best friend texting me. I don't go super high when I am using heat. Moving on, number 5. This is how you know that I didn't write anything down. I'm literally trying to like backtrack to 2017. My eating habits changed dramatically, but that also has to do with the fact that I got into fitness. So it was like I wanted to get more fit. I was being more active. So I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure my diet has to change, which I think had a positive effect on my hair. I've never taken skin, hair, and nail pills. I've never taken like a hair growth pill or something that is literally geared towards growing your hair in a pill form. Never taken any of those. The only vitamins that I do take for overall health is a multivitamin for women, because I'm in my 30s now. I think we should be taking them. Even in your 20s, take your multivitamin. I take vitamin D3, I take a garlic pill, and I take fish oil. The fish oil is probably a little bit of overkill because honestly, I eat a lot of fish in my diet, which certain fish, salmon, which is the main fish I eat, have omega-3s in it. So I probably don't need to be taking the fish oil truly, but I still take it. So I take those vitamins specifically just for overall health. I don't take them for hair growth. However, a lot of these things have been studied in anecdotal situations, and people's hair have grown. So we still can't say it's linked to hair growth, truly. Okay, now here's the final thing that I did differently that I wouldn't do today, but I did do back then, because I was nervous of staying at that hair length. The way that I was so afraid that my hair would just never grow again, because that was the shortest my hair had, like, actually I can't even say, yeah, that was the shortest it had ever been. Even when my hair was damaged, it was still like at least down a year probably. This hair curl was up to my ears. It made me nervous. And this is me being very transparent and honest. I wasn't very confident in myself back then, so yada yada. So the thing that I had did was I was not getting my ends cut. Now that I think about it, 2017, my hair was healthy. I did this big chop because I wanted a different hair shape. So my hair wasn't in like an unhealthy space. And like I've told you guys before, even now I will say this and I stick by this, everybody has a different scalp. None of us have the same hair. There's no reason why you should be getting trims every month. I have no clue why that's even a thing, unless you are getting split ends that often. If you are, let me say this, if you are going to a hairstylist and every month they are trimming your ends, find a different hairstylist. I don't give a shit how controversial that sounds. When I was getting perms, we'll get into my perm story in a different video. When I was getting perms and I was going to my stylist, every single time I went in to see him, he was cutting my ends. Why did I have so many split ends? Why? And once I went natural, I wasn't getting as many split ends. Like, I just didn't need my ends cut as often. So if I had to guess, within those 3 to 6 months when I was just like wearing my protective styles, I don't remember cutting my ends in those 3 to 6 months because I just truly didn't need it. So while I wouldn't say avoid cutting your ends, I will say please stop having people tell you that everybody has this calendar of when they're supposed to get their ends cut. That's false. We all don't do the same things to our hair. We don't all have the same scalp. There's no reason why you and your best friend should both be getting your hair cut the same amount of time or the same rate. Doesn't make sense. At least that's my opinion. Fight me in the comments. Tussle in the comments, babe. So those are my 5 ways that, or 5 things that I did that I believe led to my big chop growing out. Again, my big chop did not grow overnight. To get to the length that I have right now, it took 2 years. I would say a little bit over 2 years, for being honest. It took a hot minute for my hair to grow back out. Would I do that haircut again? I would. I just probably wouldn't cut it that short. I would also, we did cut it on dry hair, but when it dried, when I got home, it just, oh man, it just looked completely different. No shade to the stylist, because like I said, that cut, I still cut around it to this day. So she really did a good job. But I would definitely do the cut again. But if you have a bad haircut that you're trying to grow out, or you big chopped and you're like, okay, now what? I'm ready to grow my length. I'm ready to look like Cousin It. You know, maybe take some of my tips and put them into your own and see what happens. I don't know. There's a lot of things that people say, don't do that. Don't do that. Your hair's not gonna grow. And I'd be like, I'd be doing that. My hair grows fine. And some of you guys might look at this video and be like, I would never, you know, put that sort of oil in my hair or yada, yada. But that's the end of our video here, guys. Like I said, there's no magical way for your hair to grow. There's no secrets. There are no shortcuts, in my opinion. It just takes time. And I had somebody who commented on one of my Instagram posts recently, and she said, am I the only one who feels like my hair is growing out and not down? Let me tell you something. When I was growing out that big chop for a good like 8 months, my hair was just growing out. I swear the length was just not there. It was huge, but it was not growing down. I wouldn't say I feel your pain, because it's not painful, but it was just like, where is the length? Trust me, I had hit that point too, where it was just big and with no length. I had hit that point as well. Anywho, guys, this is the end of my video. If you guys like it, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up, share it. Please comment with a video that you want to see in the future. And I will make sure that I make it happen. Make sure you're subscribed. It's the biggest thing. If you are here, make sure you're subscribed and turn on your notifications. Anyways, guys, I will see you next time. Love you guys so much. Bye.